Should you buy the brand new Fender American Professional Classic Stratocaster? I've got a full demo to help you make the right choice. Keep it right here. Hey, it's John from Play and Trade Guitars. If you like new guitar reviews and informative buyer's guides, hit subscribe and join this community of guitar players. You'd be glad you did. Now, this is the most affordable American-made Stratocaster you get. The AM Pro Classic has some great features which blend vintage hardware with modern playability. I'll tell you all about it with a full demo today. I put it on the bench and pulled it apart, so we'll talk specs before I plug it in and play it. And at the top, if you're in the market for this or any other guitar, and I'll show you some worthy comparisons as well, shop new gear using my link. You'll find it down below, or you can scan this QR code. When you use that link, you get fast free shipping, easy, no interest payment plans. Trust me, that makes buying new gear super easy, and you help me make these videos. So without further ado, thank you for your support. Let's dive in and check out what makes the Classic so special. Now, there used to be a series called the American Special, actually, now that I say the word special, and this kind of reminds me of that. Basically what you've got is Fender straight down the middle Stratocaster. It's gonna have a satin finish on a modern C-shaped neck. A little bit wider nut, 1.69 inches. First fret at 0.81 inches up to 0.87 inches at the 12th. We're gonna have Coastline 57 Strat pickups. They all read 6.1K ohms. Let's lift up this 3-ply pickguard, take a look. If you're mod crazy, you got humbucker routes. This is a super comfortable 7.3 pounds alder body. And as you can see, it's gonna be primarily vintage hardware, so slot tuners. Fender offers a lot of different types of Stratocasters, so let's break down what's on the market before we plug it in. So we've got the new Classic at $14.99, but let's go from low to high. Fender has a standard Stratocaster at $629, but I will tell you, my honest advice is to skip this in favor of the amazing Player 2 series. Player 2 at $839, probably the best Strat under $1,000. You can also check out Modified. The main difference here is that you're gonna have noiseless pickups in a Strat. If you like the vintage vibe, you can check out Ventera 2, which is one of my favorite series, at $1209. These are made in Mexico, but they are fantastic quality, and they have this vintage attention to detail, which I absolutely love, including a 7¼ inch radius, so less of a modern playing experience than the Classic that we're diving into today. $15.99 for the Ventera 2 Road Worn 60 Strat. This is gonna have a worn maple fretboard. It looks like honest playwear, as you can see on the back of the neck. And here's what's the distinguishing characteristic here is that this is a full nitrocellulose finish instead of the poly, which is typical of modern Fenders. Now, probably the most common comparison that I'm going to get is, should I buy the American Classic or the Fender American Professional 2? My honest advice is that you can't go wrong with either. The Pro 2 is gonna have V-Mod 2 pickups. This is a great all-around winner for stage or studio. It comes with a hard shell case. And it's gonna have a little bit more, it's gonna err more on the modern side, but I'll tell you what, I would be happy to gig with either guitar, either the new AM Pro Classic or the Pro 2. So you choose, you can watch my reviews on both. They have a new series called Ultralux Vintage, which is very cool. And this guitar is gonna be topping us out here at $2849. So you'll see that this basically sits in terms of price range for Fender overall. Yeah, right in the middle, but I think they did a nice job pricing this guitar under $1,500. It is made in America in the Corona, California plant. So you can trust that you're buying a made in the USA Fender Stratocaster, which to me epitomizes what a Stratocaster should be with no nonsense. It's right down the middle. It's got vintage aesthetic, but modern playability, and I'm very impressed with this line. I also like the satin feel of the neck. So I'm about to plug it in, and honestly, that's my favorite part. I'll remind you to shop gear using my link or scan this QR code. It really is a win-win. You help me make these videos, but more importantly, easy, no interest payment plans. You can get this guitar 12 months, no interest, and it's not a credit card. 12 months, no interest payment plan, $125 a month, and it's yours. You can even get free 1-day shipping. Check all that out. Now let's get plugged in and have some fun. I'll show you clean tones, we'll dirty it up, I'll let it scream behind a track. On the other side of that, I'll give you my honest raw reaction to playing this guitar, along with a final score. So drop a comment, let's get plugged in and have some fun. I'll see you on the other side for my reaction. This Strat gave me no trouble. It was a joy to play. I've been telling you as I've covered the American Professional Classic Series, the one thing to be aware of is that the nut is a little bit wider, and maybe I'm just getting used to it after playing the whole series. It really doesn't bother me. So I pointed out because it is different than the measurements on some other Fender Strats and Tellies out there, but it's really not a big deal. I don't want to overstate that. The satin feel makes the guitar super playable. This was a nice lightweight at 7.3 pounds. So let's break it down. I review a guitar and give it a score based on 3 categories: overall playability, overall sound, and overall value. From a playability standpoint, I thought that the trem actually stayed in tune quite well. I had fun playing with the trem. I thought the satin playability of the neck combined with the lightweight just made this an all-around winner. No nonsense, no extra controls, just exactly what I'd want out of a down-the-middle Strat. It was easy to play and it was fun to play. No complaints when it comes to playability and a great weight. Plus you get those sleek, sexy Strat contours if that's your thing. Let's go ahead and give it a 9.2 on overall playability. This was very impressive. I really dug this Strat. When it comes to overall sound, I've been a fan of these Coastline vintage voice pickups. These are the 57 Strat Coastline pickups. Again, no nonsense, no extra push-pull coil, nothing like that. Just right down the middle Stratocaster as I'd want. And the sound combined with the pickups and the fact that one of the quintessential sounds of a Stratocaster versus, say, a Telecaster is that it's anchored through the steel block of the trem, and that gives it its characteristic brighter tone. And so if you like that Strat sound, I always say in a mix, a Stratocaster sounds like a Stratocaster. It's a versatile guitar, but it's always gonna sound like a Strat. And if you love that tone, this will give you that classic Stratocaster thing that I really dig. With the modern playability, also I should have mentioned in playability, the modern playability, you know, the modern radius, the ease of adjusting the truss rod with this modern adjustment, and all those things lend to the high score of 9.2 there as well. When it comes to sound, I've got really no issues here. Let's go ahead and give it a 9.2 on overall sound. And then when it comes to value, it's American made, it's under 1,500 bucks. It does come with a gig bag, not a hard shell case. But I'll tell you what, I really have no complaints. I think they did a nice job of pricing this. You can compare it to the American Professional 2, a guitar I love. Also, they've raised the price on that a little bit, but it's still an all-around winner. I've always told people who say, what's the one Strat or Telecaster I should buy? Just all-around winner. And I've said American Professional 2. I can now put side by side with that and tell you that I would be happy to own either this or American Professional 2 and gig out with it. Nice, beautiful guitar, well executed from Fender. Overall value score, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9.2 on overall value. I think it's pretty simple math this time. Overall score for the American Professional Classic Stratocaster of 9.2. I was probably most impressed with this guitar in the whole series. I really dug this Strat. Remember to shop gear using my link or scan this QR code. Drop a comment, let me know what you think of this guitar. What Strat will you buy next and why? What other reviews do you want to see here on Play and Trade Guitars? Subscribe so you don't miss it. And by the way, we're about to give away this Gibson Les Paul right over my shoulder. Check it out. Make sure you're subscribed, turn on notifications, and sign up down below. Shop that gear, and until next time, thanks for hanging out. I'm John for Play and Trade Guitars. See you next time and keep playing.